Hey, love. Welcome back to IFS Enlightenment Snacks, bite-sized, nourishing practices at the intersection of internal family systems, the body, and awake, loving presence. I'm Shankari, and I'm really glad you're here. Today's episode is called Summoning Your Personal Power. And I want to name right away what I mean by power, because I'm not talking about pushing harder, overriding your feelings, or muscling your way through fear. I'm talking about something quieter, something steadier. Personal power in this episode means I can hear fear without believing it's the whole truth. And I can access steadiness and support even in uncertainty. And if you're listening while driving or doing something that needs your full attention, just take in what you can, and you can return to the guided practice later when it's safe. So I want to start with a moment from my real life. My family has been in a big transition the last few years, and this is one of the last pieces, which is we're going to sell a house and move. And part of that has meant, a big part, has meant clearing out my widowed mom's 4-bedroom home. My father passed away 10 years ago, and now my mom is moved out, and there's this lifetime of furniture and memories and knickknacks, and it's the whole ecosystem of a family's life. My mom is 84, so that's a while. There was this day where it felt like the task wasn't to clear out the house. It felt like the task was get rid of this mountain, you know? And we're standing there looking at rooms that are full of furniture and objects and cupboards full of stuff. And now these decisions and boxes and timelines. And I notice what's happening inside my system. My body tells the truth. And I feel this shakiness in my belly, like a fluttery, unsteady, almost nauseous vibration. And then internally, a part of me starts telling a story. It's like it's projecting a movie into the future. And it says, this is too much. You can't do this. It's going to get messy. You're going to get hurt somehow. You won't be able to handle what's coming in the next few months. And I can feel that part of me trying to protect by doing something very specific. It wants me to stay small, to hide, to condense down, almost like it wants me to shrink into this little, small, dense ball down in my belly. And then something else comes online. Another voice, another energy. Not the voice that says, stop being ridiculous to the other one. Not the voice that tries to argue fear into submission, but a voice that feels curious, kind, spacious. And it says, what if we try trusting the process? What if we're actually safe right now, in this moment? What if there's no problem to solve right now? So I do something simple called orienting, and I look around, and I let my eyes actually take in the room, the light, the floor under my feet, the fact that in this exact second, no one is attacking me. My needs are taken care of. I'm okay. And I take a bigger inhale and I sigh it out. I can feel it. around me, that larger presence that holds me, that loving, boundless awareness that is always here when I can just take a moment and drop into it and remember, feel it again in my body, that self energy. The important part is this: the fear and unsteadiness are still there, but now they're not alone. And they're not the only thing. There's fear and there's steadiness. There's shakiness and there's a growing belief, I will be okay. I can make it through uncertainty. I can see so clearly that fear is a part of me, a protector. It wants to be felt, understood, loved, cared for. But it is not all of me. And when I can hold both polarities, fear and trust, my whole system feels a lot more spacious. A feeling of relief. And I can settle into the ground of being. And that is what I mean by summoning personal power. So let's slow this down and make it super practical. A lot of us think personal power is something we have to generate, like we're missing it and we have to go find it. Where are you, personal power? But from an IFS lens, internal family systems, and from an effortless mindfulness lens, personal power often happens by making space. Because when one voice is the only voice you can hear, like fear, it can feel in your body like that voice is reality, like everything in my body is fear, or a certain place, like I was talking about that dense black ball in the pit of my stomach. So in IFS, we call this blending, like I'm blending with this protective part, and that's all I can feel. 100% blended. So it's when a part is so close that you're not in relationship with it. You are it. So I don't know if that happens to you, but boy, when I get activated sometimes and I flare up, I get a little fire in me. It's just like, ah, and it's like, I am all fire. And it's just like, wait a second, that's what I'm totally blended. So the first move, the first summoning, isn't to overpower fear in the case that I've been talking about. It's to create enough space to say, oh, hello, I see you. And you could even take your hand, like I was sharing, it's in my belly. And it's like I could place my hand over my belly. Oh, hello, I feel you. You're here, and I'm here too. Can you feel my hand touching you here in the belly? And fear parts are usually protectors. They're trying to prevent pain, disappointment, rejection, regret, overwhelm. That's how they're protecting, by trying to prevent pain. And they often use future-based stories. What if this is going to go badly? You can't handle it. Sometimes they use very physical strategies, like I'm sharing about, this this dense ball in the pit of my stomach, or freezing, shutting down, collapsing, procrastination. So in our story, we gave it a name: the too much all at once protector. And I love that name because it's not shaming. It's accurate. It's the part that says, if you try to take all of this on at once, it will crush you. So the safest thing is, don't move. And honestly, that makes a lot of sense why that part would feel that way. So personal power here is self-led relationship with fear. not muscling past fear. Self-energy doesn't yell or shame or rush. Your true self is curious, compassionate, and can hold complexity. So power looks like, I can feel fear, and I can also access a deeper truth, that spacious awareness around. I can listen to fear without letting it drive the bus. It's like, who's driving the bus of me? And fear's not the right one, or it's like it's a very bumpy ride. What we're looking for is self-leadership, so your self-energy to be driving the bus of your system with all your parts in it. And here's something your nervous system needs. It's present time data, because fear parts often live in the future. They're trying to solve anticipated future pain right now. It's not even here yet. It's anticipated. We don't even know if it's actually going to happen, but it's in the future, and I'm trying to fix it right now. That's what the protector's saying, is fear. So one of the most powerful, gentle interventions is begin by orienting. Look around and ask, what if there is no problem to solve right now? Or right now, in this moment, am I okay? And sometimes the answer is, there is a problem right now. And then we respond appropriately. But most often the answer is, there is uncertainty, there are tasks, there are feelings, there are parts activated, but right now I am safe enough. This is where effortless mindfulness comes in. Not as a bypass, not as a be positive, but as a recognition of what's already here beneath the turbulence. This aware presence, this loving field, this capacity to be with what's here. And then, as fear softens even 5%, you might begin to notice other energies within you. There could be a confident part, a hopeful part, a competent part who can handle all that big, long task list of clearing out mom's house. You contain parts that don't carry wounds. They never got them. Or they were never put into a position where they had to protect. Or they could be parts that have healed. That happens. Or they're simply resource aspects of your system. Love those resources. And the point isn't replace fear with confidence. The point is make room for more than one truth. That's power. Okay, if it feels right for you, let's do a short practice together. You do this with your eyes open or closed. And since orienting, we're going to do a little orienting, uses your eyes, you might keep them softly open for that part of it. And just a gentle reminder, you're in charge here. You can pause at any time. You can adjust anything to fit your body and your system. That's being trauma aware. So let yourself notice the contact points. Maybe your feet are on the ground. Maybe you can feel your seat on the chair or wherever your body is resting and making contact. Allow your shoulders to drop just an inch or so, or even a millimeter. Take one slightly deeper inhale and a long, easy exhale. Now, just check inside. Is there any fear here right now? In your body could be a tightness, a shakiness, a heaviness, a holding. For me, it's that dense ball in my belly. And you don't have to go searching for the biggest thing. Just notice what's present. And if you find something, see if you can locate it in your body. Maybe it's in the belly, the chest, the throat. Now, very gently, we're going to invite a little space. So you might say inwardly, touching that part of your body where you found it, if that feels appropriate. Hello, I notice you. I can feel you. Can you feel me here if you've got your hand on your body? And you can ask, would you be willing to step back just a little? Just step back 1 foot, 1 or 2 feet. And I don't need you to go anywhere. This is not about disappearing. Could you give me a bit of space so I can be with you? So I can be in relationship with you? And notice what happens. Maybe nothing changes. Maybe there's a little softening. Maybe you feel more distance. Maybe the sensation you were having in your body changes. Whatever happens is okay. If it feels accessible, you can ask this part, what do you want me to know? What are you trying to protect me from? What are you afraid would happen if you didn't protect me? You don't have to force an answer. Sometimes you get words, sometimes an image, or a feeling or sensation in your body. If an answer comes, just receive it and say, thank you, I got it. Now we're going to shift and bring in some present time data. So if your eyes are closed, you might gently open them. Let your gaze move slowly around the space you're in. Notice colors, shapes, light, distance. Let your eyes land on something neutral or pleasant. Ask yourself softly, right now, am I okay? Right now, am I safe? In this moment, is there a problem to solve? Let your system register whatever is true. If you notice, I'm okay enough right now, then let that land, not as a mantra, as information. And if it's true, you might even say to the fear part, thank you. I see you. I feel you. And right now, we're okay. Now, for a few breaths, let your attention rest in the larger field of awareness. It can feel sometimes like a dropping down, being held, supported. This field of awareness that's all around you and in you. Not pushing anything away, not trying to get rid of fear or any other parts, just noticing there is sensation and there is awareness. There are thoughts, and there is awareness. And awareness is already here, effortlessly. You might feel what it's like to be held by that, as if your experience is happening inside something loving and spacious. Now, very gently, invite another energy. You might ask, is there a part of me that knows steadiness? A part of me that knows trust, even a fraction? A part of me that has done hard things before? Notice what shows up. Maybe it's subtle, a warmth in the chest, a straightening in the spine, a memory of competence, a sense of, I can take one more step. You're not forcing confidence. You're inviting support. See if you can hold both, the fear and the resourced parts, shakiness and steadiness, uncertainty and presence. You might even name it. Yes, fear is here, and steadiness is here too. I can hold both. And if it feels right, you can offer the fear part something simple. You don't have to do this alone. I'm here with you. We'll take this one step at a time. And let's take one more breath together. A fuller inhale and a long sigh out. Let your body settle in whatever way it wants to. When you're ready, you can allow your eyes to open gently, coming back. And just notice, what's your system like now? Are you feeling that spacious awareness? Maybe the fear is still present, and maybe there's also a little more space around it. That right there is the practice. Not fear is gone, poof, but fear is not alone, and fear is not all of me. I'm being held in this larger presence. This boundless awareness is actually me in my true essence, and it can hold everything that I experience. So here's a simple way to use this in daily life. When you notice that fear story start to take over, the one that says, it's too much, don't risk disappointment, this uncertainty is unsafe. Try this micro sequence. Name the protector. In this case, I had named it too much all at once. Unblend. Can you take a step back a little so I can be with you? That's what you ask of that too much all at once. Orient to the area that you're in, looking around. Am I safe? Is there a problem to solve? What if there is no problem to solve? Invite support. Is there any steadiness available, even 1%? hold both. I can feel fear and still access my power. And if the only thing you can do is step 3, which is looking around and orienting and letting your nervous system update with what is actually happening for yourself in the moment in your body, that counts. That is personal power. Because power isn't the dramatic leap. Often, power is the next doable breath. If this episode supported you, I want to invite you to do 2 things, only if it feels right. First, try this practice again sometime this week, even for 2 minutes, even just orienting, right? Just notice what shifts when fear isn't the only voice in the room or whatever it is your protector's got going on. And second, if someone you love is in a season of uncertainty or transition, you might share this episode with them as a little reminder that they don't have to force their way through. They can be held and they can take it one step at a time. Thank you for being here with me. May you remember, fear can speak and still self can lead. And you can rest in that boundless awareness that's always here. Thank you.